there's one related to the course on Imama and Wilaya. The question is as follows. In Hadith al-Thaqalain,
yes,
where it is said that, where is it said that one of the two thiql is greater? Is the greater one the Quran, or can we say it is the Ahlul Bayt?
It's the Quran. The Quran is greater, and that's the version that we have in the book as well. أنا تارك فيكم الثقلين ما إن تمسكتم بهما لن تضلوا بعدي أحدهما أعظم من الآخر كتاب الله حبل ممدود من السماء إلى الأرض وعترتي أهل بيتي. So one is greater, that's the book of Allah, which is a rope extended from the sky to the earth, and then my family, Ahlul Bayt.
There's a number of general questions. We'll try to take a few of the short ones to cover more, and then we'll leave the longer ones for later, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So as far as the one about Khidr, there's a question about Khidr alayhi salam. I heard in a recent lecture from a Muslim speaker that Khidr, peace be upon him, could be the same person as Buddha and was sent to the people of the East for guidance and spirituality. Is there historical evidence for that? If not, can we assume that every single nation in history has received a guide, prophet, or wasi?
What we understand from the Quran is that to every nation Allah has sent messenger. لقد بعثنا في كل أمة رسولا أن اعبدوا الله واجتنبوا الطاغوت. So he has sent to all nations messenger, and the core message was the same: to worship God, serve God, and avoid taghut, the evil. So there is no nation that has not been sent a messenger. But this doesn't mean every generation of them. No. They have received messengers, but maybe not every generation. Maybe because they were supposed to pass on the teachings of that messenger. What is important is that they have to have enough guidance. If they don't have enough guidance, they are not responsible. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, although has guided us through our aql and fitrah, but He does not punish unless He sends messengers. مَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. So if He doesn't send messengers, He would not punish. So this is the general idea. The Quran mentions some prophets by name, but says there are many that we have not mentioned their stories to you. So we don't know many prophets by names. Therefore, it's very likely that there are people who have been sent to different corners of the world and we don't know them, or we know them with another name. This is possible. But to be able to say that this historical person is, for example, that prophet or messenger, needs extra evidence. It's not easy to say. If the teachings are similar, this is not enough evidence. If there are, for example, great impact that they have left, a great legacy they have left, this is not again enough. So they can be adding to the probability, but is in need of a proof, either an authentic hadith or lots of evidence to convince us that really these two names are the same personality.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheikh. Now, the next question we can take perhaps would be about the following. Its importance of fiqh and unity. It says every religion has several components like theology, aqaid, ethics, akhlaq, jurisprudence, fiqh, spirituality, etc. In the principle of unity, we learn that we can be united with humanity by focusing on the oneness of Allah and purifying our hearts and getting closest to Him, the Almighty. Based on this, it seems like theology and ethics hold a prominent position in the principle of unity. How important is therefore principles of jurisprudence, fiqh, in Islam compared to other principles, theology, ethics, spirituality? Is it of equal importance for us or of secondary importance to focus on in our lives?
If we are thinking of importance, it seems clear that aqaid and akhlaq are more fundamental and more important than our actions. But this doesn't mean that actions are not that much important. So actions are very, very important, but our virtues are even more important, and our aqaid are even more important. So we should not underestimate the significance of fiqh, but we should not also reduce Islam to fiqh. Fiqh is very, very, very important, but to be a virtuous person is even more important. You look at Quran, it's very clear. Quran, for example, about fasting. Fasting is very important, but Quran says the idea for legislating fasting is that you achieve taqwa. كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. So to fast is important, but it is not just for the sake of fasting. It's for the sake of a change in our morality to become pious and God-fearing. So fiqh is very, very important, but we should not be satisfied by just performing some actions or avoiding some sins. All should help us to become more pious, more God-conscious, more virtuous people. If we go to the level of akhlaq or level of ideas, then we might have more similarities with people of other faith, because actions are very, very detailed and very specific. So people may have differences, even two people who are from the same religion but different mazhab, or from same mazhab, different marajah. Sometimes their actions can be different because they follow different fatwa. So people who follow different also religions, they follow different sharia. But this doesn't mean that their akhlaq is different, their aqaid is different, they are worshipping different God. Their journey towards God has to be fundamentally different. They cannot be united. No, they can be united in God. They can be united in humanity, because we are all brothers and sisters in humanity. We are brothers and sisters in God. We are brothers and sisters in the faith of Abraham if we are monotheistic religions. So we can share lots of similarities and at the same time respect our differences in our sharia or in our fatwas that we follow.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. I think we're approaching the end, so there's a